Hi, nobody here yet. So I'll just knit while you come. Unless anybody comes to join me, I'll just do my knitting. Does help if you go the right way, doesn't it? And you don't get the knob of your needle stuck in your cardigan. Hey ho. Right, we're going the right way now. I've got one person in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Whoever the one person is, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll see who is first to comment. We usually have a little race who makes the first comment, don't we? And it's Nathan! Hey, and Lizzie. Hey, you both came in together. Simultaneous, even though you're in different countries. Woohoo! Yeah. I've just been watching a programme on the telly about Queen Victoria, Prince Albert and all that. Hi, Esther. The weather wasn't raining today. It wasn't blowing a gale today. That's a great achievement. What am I knitting? I'm still knitting that cardigan I started, was it last week? In the Trendsetter. Chunky with the sparkle. It's only a plain cardigan. It's in chunky, so it should have been done, but the hand, is giving me grief. So the knitting is very, very slow. Hi, Suzanne. For once, it's not raining. And for once, it's not howling a gale. I went out to the cafe with my friends on Thursday, and my goodness me, I got absolutely battered on the way back. The heavens opened. It wasn't just that. You can cope with a bit of rain. It was blowing a hoolie, nearly blowing me off the seafront. Hey, we had Princess Anne the other day. Princess Anne came. She got the good weather. She got the one bit of sun we had all week. She didn't get blown off the seafront. And she travelled up the seafront in her car. It says only authorised vehicles are allowed. I wonder if she saw if the workmen were there working, because they're doing the sea defences. Yeah. Hi, Connie. Yeah, they're doing sea defences, so they're going backwards and forwards with these massive, humongous rocks. I don't know where they get them from, but they're absolutely huge. And they're building sea defences to stop the sea battering us, yeah. Hi, Chris. We had the worst high tides apparently last week since 1977. Fortunately, nobody got flooded, which was, yeah. Hi, Craft Knit Sew. Hi, Munchkin. Did I say hi? Can't remember. It's the age, you see. It's the brain. It's going. Yeah. Well, it's peace and quiet today. No doggies. That's why the door is open. You can't see it, but the door. You can't see it from my big head, but the door's open, yeah. And the fire's lit. I didn't. Oh, I'm very sorry, Munchkin. Very, very sorry. I do sometimes not quite see when people come in, yeah. Hi, Ethan. When I'm not concentrating, which is quite a thing when you get a bit older, you don't always concentrate. You youngsters on here haven't probably got to that stage yet. But I've got to the stage where it takes a bit of concentration. Oh, yeah, the flower light. It nearly wasn't. I just remembered it just at the last minute to plug it in. My fire's lit as well. I'm going to have to keep my eye on it. I'm trying to dry wash it. I did my washing on last week. Was it Sunday or something? Tuesday? Can't remember what day I did my washing. Anyway, whatever day it was, it's not dried since. It's been on my air in my bedroom, not dried. So I've dragged it in front of the fire tonight, yeah. Yeah, no dogs. Quiet. I can be as noisy as I want tonight. Yeah, not that I ever am, but I mean, I could be. If I wanted to be, I could be very noisy. Yeah. I spoke to Trev today. He said he's going to try and come on later. Spoke to the man himself. Yeah. Oops, I've got the inner is tangling up with the outer, if you know what I'm talking about. I knit from the inside of a ball, and sometimes the outer one gets tangled up with the inner one, yeah. Walking videos on YouTube. I watch walking videos on YouTube, but they're walking in Milan. And I watch it for the fashion. Oh, yeah, please hit the like button. I've got 22 people in and only 11 thumbs. My hand is still blooming sore. It looks as though it's healed, but I'm getting pain from there to there when I knit, or more when I crochet. Yeah. Ali's put on, Ali, if you know Little Drops Are Wonderful, she's put another video up today. It's on her My Little Wonderful Life. I haven't looked at it, but normally she covers like walks, and she covers any places of interest that she's been to see. It's not like her usual channel where she talks about her knitting and her crochet. Every now and again she puts, videos up of what the family have been up to, yeah. So it's interesting if anybody's interested in English countryside, English bits and pieces. She's done some lovely ones where she's gone into castles and things, if you go back in the past. Yeah, she does that. Yeah, this cardigan's a bit slow going, but still, it'll get there in the end, won't it? I don't know why, but the pattern told me to do the two fronts first. I wish you'd done the back first. I can't walk at all, Suzanne, so I know how you feel. I can walk technically, but if I walk more than a few yards, my back goes, you think you're going to walk, do you? I've got other ideas. Cramp, cramp, cramp. And so, it's not fun. Yes, I do have painkillers, but do I take them regularly? No, I don't. No. We've had this discussion before, I think, about I hate feeling drugged up. I don't mean drugged up in the illegal sense of the word. I mean drugged up in the doctor's medication drugged up, yeah. Hi, Yolanda. I just hate feeling fuzzy. I'm fuzzy-headed enough at my time of life, but I don't like feeling fuzzy. I do take painkillers or muscle relaxers when I'm going to bed. Otherwise, I'm awake half the night, yeah. It takes you, doesn't it, half the night to find the comfy spots in bed, the bit in where you get comfy. And then you just get comfy. And if you're a lady like a certain age, your bladder goes, oh, you're warm. You're comfortable, are you? Yeah, well, I've got news for you. It's time to get out of bed. Go in the cold bathroom. And you're like, oh, please, And I lie there thinking, do I really have to go? Do I really? And your bladder's going, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh dear, never mind, eh? I've got me coffee. I shall have a drink. Opiates don't really work for me either. Hello, Sheila! Way! If you're not a fan of Sheila and you don't follow Sheila, she's here. So follow Sheila. Yeah. Yep. We are both having issues with Google AdSense, and she's helping me such a lot. So I will say thank you. I'm not in the right headspace at the minute, Sheila, for obvious, reasons I've told you privately. But I will get there in the end, yes. Yeah, you have to watch Sheila, yeah. I know you watch Sheila already, don't you, Lizzie? Anybody else doesn't watch Sheila? Yeah, put a link for Sheila. We crafters have to help each other, because the only way any of us gets any pay, and believe me, it's minimal, they don't get a lot of pay, but the only way we get pay is subscribers and views and thumbs ups and comments. Yeah. We have to help each other. If the crafters don't help each other, who the heck does? Because Google doesn't. I'll tell you that for a fact, and YouTube doesn't. So you've got to help yourself these days. At one time, YouTube would recommend, other people for you to watch. But now I get stupid recommendations that have got absolutely nothing to do with knitting or crochet. They flash me video, you might like this video. And I'm like, no. I knit, I crochet, I craft. I don't watch other kinds of things. Oh, yeah, it's Sheila's birthday tomorrow. Hey, happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and glue. What am I knitting? I'm trying my best to knit a cardigan. It's in the Trendsetter Chunky, which is rather glamorous because it's got glittery bits in it. The one and only style craft that we both love. Yes, everybody's got to wish Sheila a happy birthday for tomorrow. And then tomorrow she'll be the same age as me. 21, of course. We've both got sons that are older than us. Yeah. It's a strange, isn't it, that we've got sons older than us. I've had it in my shed since Adam was a lad, so I don't even know if they still do it. I thought, bit of sparkle, a bit of glitter in your life is what I need. But it's chunky because I'm still, suffering with the hand. It's healing, but it's still blooming sore. You wouldn't think a little thing that small could be so sore, but it is. Oh, I tried carrying it. It was only carrying a plate in the kitchen with my left hand. Yeah, well, I'm already 78 years young, but don't tell anybody. I'm 21. 21 and holding. Not sure what quite I'm holding, but I'm holding something. Holding on to reality. Holding on to life. I'm certainly not holding on to youth because that flew out the window a long time ago. I've been blaming the sea air for all these saggy bits and wrinkles. I've discovered it's an Ozempic face. And if you don't know what Ozempic is, it's that injection that all these stars and celebs are taking to keep them slim. But I take them because of my diabetes, yeah? And I actually got some. Wonders will never cease. My son went to the chemist to pick up my prescription and I actually got some injections this time. The only trouble is I start off taking them again tomorrow and it'll make me dreadfully sick again, which is why I get so angry when I can't get them. It's not the fact I can't get them, it's the fact of the side effects when I start taking them again after a gap. Yeah. Apparently it's an Ozempic face. Because we're losing weight, it goes off our cheekbones and gives us all these saggy bits. I just thought it was my age and the sea air. But now I know I've got an Ozempic face. Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? It isn't, though, I can assure you. My dad had these, and my cousins have got these. I call them the Buckley Jowls because that was my maiden name. Yeah, so, the flappy bits, yeah. Yeah, the wrinkles are all my own, yeah. Oh, dear. You've given up work running about. I don't worry about my wrinkles. It's just that they've suddenly hit me. I swear I didn't have them 3 years ago when I came here. I know I'm 3 years older, but I swear I didn't have all these wrinkles before I came here. I'm blaming the sea air. Well, not the sea air, the sea wind. It blasts you every time I go out. I think that's probably why my hair's disappearing. It's probably getting blown off in the sea air. Go to the sea, they said. Loo to the seaside. It's bracing, they said. Huh. Yeah. Just keeping my eye on my fire just to make sure it doesn't need another log on. Yeah. Yeah. Your big wave from Gateshead. Don't send me any more waves, thank you. We had enough waves. I can have one of them waves. I watch a person called Neil Sean. I love watching him because he talks about showbiz people from a long time ago and all of that, but he also talks about, well, the royal family, the bit we don't talk about. You know, the branch we don't talk about. He talks about them because he absolutely loathes them. So I like watching him. But I do like watching him for other things. You know, he mentions like stars from the past, you know. He does talk about those two that we don't talk about yet. He does talk about them. But he also talks about, you know, the stars and the films they make. And every week he puts a link to an old black and white movie, you know, that's from the past, yeah. I like watching him. And then on television, I like watching, if you've got talking TV program. There's a program on a Sunday called Footage Detectives. And they do old black and white bits. And they do little videos and they say, does anybody recognise where this town is, what this is, what that is? And they go on about old-fashioned biscuits and old-fashioned sweets and things like that. And I love watching that because they talk about my generation. Because I'm not on the same wavelength as a lot of these things on TikTok and, you know, Instagram. And, you know, when I see these so-called stars that make these, who are in the top 10 or the top 20, whatever it is these days, I don't even know who they are. I'm like, who is it? Who are they? But I say to my son sometimes, who is that? And he'll say, oh, it's such a body, such a body. I go, I've never heard of him. And they're going, oh, he's a big top 10 sensation. And it's like on the news or something. And I'm like, who are they? I mean, in the good old days, you know, you sort of knew who people were, the crooners, the singers. You knew who they were, didn't you? And you recognised their names. But now all these, what do you call it, rap artists and Lord knows what, yeah. Oh, we were talking about the other day, me and my Knit Club friends, about how there's no good TV shows much anymore, apart from Vera, you know, and occasionally. And we only had one episode of Midsummer Murders, didn't we? They've pulled it off. They've put some new thing on now that doesn't sound very appetising to me. But the old comedy things, we talked about it last week, didn't we? Yeah, Last of the Summer Wine and stuff like that. I watch them all on repeat because they're far more interesting than the junk that's on today. I don't even find the new comedians funny. Maybe it's an age thing. But I sit there and I'm thinking, was that a joke? And everybody in the audience is kind of laughing, and I'm like, I don't get that at all. Yeah. Yeah, Midsummer Murders. I used to like that one when he was in it, when he was in Jersey. When he was that detective in Jersey, yeah. On Midsummer Murders, he was always out of breath. I thought he had asthma or something. Every time he had to do anything that was a bit exerted, he was like, I thought, poor soul. Is he long for this world? Yeah. Bergerac, that's the one. I loved Bergerac. It's very dated now, very old-fashioned, but I still watch it. Luckily, there's lots and I don't have Sky Telly or anything like that. I'm too tight to pay for all that jazz. But luckily, you know, my Freeview TV's got quite a lot of the oldies on it, yeah. Yeah, you like a good story, don't you? I've just finished watching Whitstable Pearl, is it called? I did like that. That's a new one that I did like. But I don't like these like spy ones and ones that are like behind the Iron Curtain and stuff. I mean, they put Midsummer Murders on last week and I thought, oh, great, new series. Not on this Sunday. It's started something different. Everybody's up in arms saying, where's Midsummer Murders? Yeah. We're getting something new on Sunday. Yeah, I cancelled my Sky when I moved here because I was paying £40 a week for a month for it. Never watched it. And now my friend pays 100 and something. I said, are you mad? Are you mad? I mean, I never had the films because I found that the films just repeated over and over again. You know, you're paying for films and you're just not getting the new films on Sky. It was all box office this and box office that. And I thought, nah, you're having £40 a month off me and then you want me to pay for box office. I thought, there. Hi, Denise. And it was the same with Sky Sports. I mean, I didn't watch Sky Sports, never did. But you had to pay if you wanted anything different, didn't you? Like these, I don't watch boxing, but like say, you know, any of the males in the household wanted to watch boxing, you had to pay extra for that, yeah. Yeah, I watch Freeview. Or, you know, BBC Catch Up. Yeah. My pet peeve at the moment, so I'm having a rant, Sheila, I'm having a rant, is I like to listen to a story on my Kindle at night when I'm falling asleep. And they don't tell you that it's not the full book. It says something, and you think, oh, that sounds good. And then it only gives you part 1. And there is no part 2. They want you to buy the book or buy a subscription thing to it. Now, I think that's unfair. They should say that in the title of it. You know, the book, like this is part 1, or this is a preview or a snippet. You spend half an hour of your life listening to something that leaves you living in midair because obviously you're not going to go and find it and buy the book, are you? You know, I don't want to buy the book. I want somebody talking to me while I'm falling asleep. I very rarely get to the end of anything because I have to watch it about 5 times before I get to the end of it. But it annoys me when it's not the full book. Yeah, they try to catch you out, yeah. I started reading the comments now because if it's a comment, somebody will put on, it's a swizz or something like that. It's not the full book. You only get part of it. So then I think, don't bother listening to it because you'll only get annoyed when you don't get the end of the story. Yeah. Especially if it's a murder mystery I'm listening to. You want to know who's done it, don't you? You know, you don't want to be left hanging. Yeah. In midair. So I've tried, you know, finding the ones that are full stories, but it's so difficult to find them unless somebody's commented and said, good story or whatever. I found one the other day. I think it was being read by a robot. Hi, Sean. Hiya. How are you doing? Yeah, I thought it was being read by a robot. It's and I was trying to watch, what was it called? Agatha Raisin, read by Penelope Keith. None of them are full stories. All of them are just parts. So I'm sorry, Penelope Keith. You are very good at reading stories, but you're not for me, dear, because you don't tell me everything. You're just whatever. Oh, dear. I listened to an Agatha Christie one the other day, and apparently it wasn't written by Agatha Christie. And somebody had said, oh, you know, it's not right. It's not Agatha Christie, blah, 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 blah. But it was a great story, and I quite enjoyed it. Oh, you minus I forgot you were going to the dentist, Sean, yeah. Hi, Cass. Hey, Cass. Where have you been? You have been missed. You have sorely been missed. Everybody keeps saying, have you heard from Cass? Have you heard from Cass? Oh, Penelope Keith is... I liked her in To the Man... Was it To the Manor Born as well? Penelope Keith. She's a very good actress, yeah. Very good. Yeah, where have you been, Kaz? I know you've been poorly, but where have you been? We want a full and detailed explanation. I'm going to sneeze. Pardon me, that's the blooming getting wet through. Oh, the dentist on Monday. Oh, gosh. I thought you'd had your tooth out already. Thank you. Thank you, Connie. I got absolutely frozen to the marrow on Thursday. I was so cold. I finished up coming home, putting my cuddly on, with a hood. I've got a proper cuddly, the thick one. Proper cuddly on the blanket. And then I fell asleep. Oh, and I had a heat pad as well. I was so cold when I came in. I could not get warm at all. What is wrong with England? What is wrong? Well, the British Isles, the whole of it, isn't it? Why are we getting so cold? The memories that come up on Facebook, they're all like sitting on the deck with the dog, like this time 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or whatever, sitting on the decking with the dog. You get blown away if you sat outside here. I do miss my sunshine on the decking. I had a lovely view as well. Beautiful view I had. Of the church, yeah. For anybody who's a Coronation Street fan, I'm not, but anybody who is, it's the church that they use for all the weddings and the funerals and everything, yeah. Yeah, Kaz, everybody every week says, have you heard from Kaz? Yeah. And Trev may pop in later because I did speak to him today. He was doing well, but he was in the pub with his friends. So he was having a drink with his friends. I interrupted him, yeah. You were poorly from work. Oh, I knew you'd had COVID and I knew you weren't well. You had that cough that wouldn't go away, didn't you? Yeah. You're back at work on Wednesday again. Well, at least you're not back at work tomorrow. You can say hello to us. And you can say hello to Chris, because he was asking about you. And if Trev comes on, you can say hello to Trevor. And we've got... Oh, hello, I think I need a log on my phone. And I think we've got Nathan. He's, as usual, he's lurking somewhere, yeah. Oh, gosh. You have to pay. That's not good, is it? We can't get NHS dentists here for love nor money. Oh, everybody mentions you, Kaz. It's not just me, dear. Everybody says, have you heard from Kaz? Have you heard from Kaz? So I know she's still alive and kicking because I've seen her on Facebook. I'm going to put another log on my fire because I'm trying to dry my washing. I'm sure you're all interested to know that, don't you? Trying to dry my bedding. I changed my bed. I've been private for the last, about 10 or 12 years. You can't get NHS dentists for anything. My friend managed to get an NHS dentist, but she is 92. They're probably thinking that, well, she won't be an NHS on our books for long, yeah. Bless her. Let me just put another log on the fire. I'm trying to dry my sheets, yeah. Oh. Don't miss me, people. I'll be back. Oh, gosh. Oh, I've had to order some more logs. I'm wearing mustard today. I've had to order some more logs. Shouldn't have to order logs. I should have got mine took out, I think, Sheila. Should have got mine taken out. Oh, gosh, I've just jagged my nail. How irritating. Plastic fantastic, Sheila. Yeah, I should have had mine done plastic. My mum had plastic teeth. I can always remember she used to clean them with bleach and that Ajax, you know, that powdered scouring stuff. Scrub them. So she had any teeth left. Mine are all yellow. I think it's the drugs I take. There you see, Sheila, you're famous. Everybody's heard of you. You're famous. I wish I was famous. I'm more like infamous, but you know. I want to be a star. White vinegar. Yeah, I want to be on that programme, you know. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be a star. Can't sing, so I wouldn't be doing anybody. Caterwauling is more my style of singing. There you see, look how many people you've got to watch you, Sheila. You're famous. You're famous. I haven't watched Derek's latest video. I know he put one out, was it yesterday? I haven't watched it yet. I've been off my game. Really have. I've been very, as you know, there's been no videos from me for 2-3 weeks. I've just been off my game. And it's once you stop, it's hard to get back into the rhythm. I mean, I did have the stuff to show you. I'd finished a cardigan and I had a crochet magazine that I could have shown you. But, yeah, I was watching Craft and a Cuppa. She got some crochet hooks given to her to trial. Nobody ever sends me anything to trial. They never have. I once got some wool cotton from Hobby, but that was only because a good friend of mine that used to watch me, I don't know what happened to her actually. She sort of disappeared off the scene. She told the lady who worked at Hobby, and they sent me some samples, you know, like one of each of different things. And that I did make a video. It's about 5 years ago or something. But apart from that, I've had lovely gifts from different people now and again, you know, necklaces and things like that. But nobody from I did have Abakan asked me to take part in something, but that was about 5-10 years ago, something like that. But nobody ever sends me crochet hooks to trial or anything like that. I wouldn't mind if they did. Yeah. All I get is that Chinese firm, you know, that begins with a T, wanted me to do a review of their products, and I'm like, no, there's nothing I want. Yeah. My friend was at the library struggling like mad. She bought one of those like little knitters, you know, the ones that for her grandchildren, the one that makes like a long string of knitting. Could she get it to work? Could she the heck? She was turning the handle, pulling the weight down. She gave it to another lady and she was struggling with it. And I said, where did you get it from? I said, don't tell me. I know where you got it from. Yeah. Fabio. Oh, he's a bit undressed. Really? Is he fit? I like a bit of eye candy. I'm past it. Yeah. But I like a bit of eye candy. So long as he's not showing anything apart from the top half of his torso, yeah. I don't think I want to see anything, you know, below the belt, let's just say, yeah. I don't mind a bit of chest. I watch a lovely guy who adopts very elderly dogs. It's called Asher's House. And he adopts dogs, you know, from kill shelters in America. The ones that nobody wants, the elderly ones. And he's always naked from the waist upwards. He's got a really, really hairy chest as well. But he's quite fit, yeah. Quite fit, yeah. That's one way of putting it, Munchkin, yeah. At my time of life, I don't care which way they swing. Because I'm not interested in finding a lifelong partner, so I don't mind what persuasion the men are. It doesn't bother me at all. I've got quite a lot of good friends, actually. Yeah. And it's amazing. They are fantastic friends, usually. They are really, really good, yeah. Yeah, you're missing it all, Sean. You go to make a coffee. Now, I did try after I got divorced for a little while. I did try the dating sites. Oh, what an experience that was. You know, they say you have to kiss a lot of frogs before you meet the handsome prince. Believe me, all I got was the frogs. If they weren't married and loosely separated from their wives, they were not married, and it was quite plain why they weren't married. Yeah, I'm not being rude to them, but I didn't really meet a possible at all. And I met quite a few. I only went on one date, never went on two. They never made the criteria of 2 dates. They only ever made one. Yeah, the last one I had yeah, end of story with him. Yeah. To say he was a pothead was putting it mildly. And I take enough prescription drugs. I just don't want anybody who, smokes the wacky backy all the time. So that kind of put me off. I'm very picky, Chris. I'm very picky. As my mum used to say, you're looking for shoes while clogs won't come. Clogs are the really rough shoes that they used to wear in the cotton mills. They were like working boots with leg irons on here. Oh, Sheila, you get rid of yours the opposite way. I couldn't get rid of my ex-husband. He wasn't for going at all. But when I got rid of him, I thought I was a long time before I even wanted to dip my toe in the water, so to speak. But all these men who'd found me attractive when I was married all disappeared when I got divorced. I think the fact that I was married was the attraction. So, like, once, I was available, let's just say, these invitations just disappeared. So I don't know. Maybe the wedding ring was a turn on. I don't know, yeah. Oh, Cars, has he gone off you, Chris? Yeah. I have known odd people who've met, partners on dating sites, but I think they've been very lucky. It's not like on the telly where they meet handsome men, is it? Like, we have an interest in baking. We've seen the adverts. We have an interest in dancing. Yeah. All the ones I met had an interest in, which we don't say on this word, yeah. That's all they were interested. Let's just say it involved legs and over, yeah. Oh my God, they didn't say that, did they, Sean? What gives them the right to pry into your private life? It's got nothing to do with G now, has it? I see, side. The weather's been good. Where do you live? I'm moving. Where do you live? If you're having nice weather, I'm going there. Yeah. Seaside's got nice weather. We're all going to live with her. I am sick to death of rain and wind. Sick to death of it. We had sunshine the other day, and I was debating whether to hang the bedding out on the line. I thought, looks nice. Something told me not to bother, and within 5 minutes, it wasn't just raining, it was hammering it down. And I thought, so glad I didn't go there, yeah. Oh, I know, yeah. I like to put music on. I'm a music person. Oh, you're Vancouver Island. Oh, that's why you're in Canada. Oh, I thought she was in England. You got nice weather in Gateshead. Flipping heck, let's all move to Gateshead. Oh, Chan, they've got no right to ask you about your personal life. It's not like he's around, is it? It's not like he's got an influence on him. I could understand it if you were still living with him, but you're not, so I don't see what right they've got to pry. It's not current information. You're hogging all the blue skies and the sunshine. Oh, for fun. I watch, oh God, what's she called? Tracy. Oh, goodness, what's she called? She lives on the Isle of Sheppey and she's had lovely weather. She keeps saying she's hot. Yeah. Oh, you've had her. It was deceiving today. It looked nice and sunny. I love the heat. Crochet Rocks, that's the lady, yeah. She keeps saying how hot she is and she's putting her AC on. I'm like, AC? I have never had the need. When I lived in Prestwich, I did have overhead fans, you know, Casablanca, the big ones. I loved them. And I always had to switch them on because the dog used to get too warm when I had the dog. And I loved my big ceiling fans, yeah. Everybody thought they were old-fashioned. They were like propellers, you know, they were the big ones in wood going round, around, around. And they used to go, and the one in my bedroom, I used to be laying there thinking, it's going to come off the ceiling. It's going to decapitate me one of these days. Yeah, I got sad. I keep saying I'm going to plug my SAD light in. I have a lovely alarm clock when I can't get it to work. And it's ones that works you up with tweeting birds and the light comes on and it wakens up your brain, yeah. And I can't get it to work. It didn't survive the move here at all, yeah. I'm Mimi. You're late, are you? Better late than never. You never know, we might get Trev on and he'd be very late. He's out with his friends now having a drink, so, you know, can't guarantee that he'll turn up at all. You know what Trev's like, yeah. We might see Shad unless he's gone fishing. We do have gentlemen that come on here, Sheila. They tend to lurk. I spoke to Trev today. Yeah, he's doing well. Spoke to him on the phone. He was with his friends in the pub. It's healing a bit, but it looks like nothing. But oh, it is sore. It goes shooting pains down to my elbow. It's really sore. You wouldn't think a little thing like that could be sore, but it flipping is. I had that one done. No bother, none at all. No trouble. Hardly knew I'd had it done. But this hand, nah. And it's numb feeling in my finger ends, yeah. Still, I spoke to Sue, when did I speak to Sue? Last Saturday, Sunday, was it? Or was it Tuesday? I can't remember. I spoke to her this week anyway. She's fine, yeah. Yeah, the surgery was, it wasn't the same as last time. Last time, I had the injection in my arm, so I didn't feel the injection in my wrists. This time, he went in with the speed of an arrow, like, in my wrist. They practically had to scrape me off the, operating theatre roof. It was, when he said, "This will sting a bit." Sting a bit. That was the understatement of the week. Yeah. But it was really, and it's been sore ever since. So I can't say it's a success, really. I'm managing to knit, but very slowly. Crocheting actually hurts me a lot more. I know if I get up to Scotland, then I'll have to. How long is it since I had it done? It's about 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I think now. I'm very bad. I never keep tag of dates. People say to me, "How long is it since you had your knee operation? How long is it since you had your back done?" I haven't got a clue. I don't retain things like that. I mean, somebody asked me how long I'd been separated, and I couldn't even remember. And I don't even remember how long ago it was since I got divorced. I just tend to forget things. No, I don't have, no physio, no nothing. All he said to me was, "Wiggle your fingers." Yeah. What am I working on? I'm working on the rib for a cardigan for me. That's what I'm knitting at the minute, because I'm knitting because I'm finding it difficult to crochet. That's the hand I tension the yarn in, and I must twist it like that when I'm tensioning it, and it really hurts. I've been trying to make some little hats, for charity, with all my odd balls and that. The people at one of the knit clubs are doing shoe boxes for wherever, I don't know wherever. Anyway, they're making little hats, and they wanted mittens, but I'm not much good at mittens. So I thought, no, I'll do hats, yeah. And I've got a shed with a bag full of hats that I'd made for the craft fair, and they didn't sell. So there be going. Yeah, I might be needing all of your help when I start trying to sell off all the... Not for the hospital, no, they're for shoe boxes. I think they're intended for Christmas presents for somewhere. For people who don't have a lot of money and stuff like that. They wanted some children's hats and children's mittens. Somebody said, "Was it for abroad?" And I said, "Well, I don't think so with mittens, because, if it's a hot country, they certainly won't want mittens, will they?" Yeah. No, I did used to make, premature baby things at one stage, but I haven't done that for a long, long time. They're getting so fussy now, they don't want them with ribbons on. They don't want this. They don't want that for the premature babies. They don't want them with buttons on. They don't want... they can't be in this kind of wool. They can't say. I don't know where they're sending them to. I'm just giving them to the people at the knit club that belong to a church. So I don't know quite where they're going to go. It's just immaterial, really. I know it's for charity, but I don't know which one. I don't know if it's Ukraine. I don't know. It can't be anywhere too hot, can it? It can't be Africa or anywhere they want mittens, can it? Shouldn't imagine anybody in Africa wants hats and mittens, yeah. I don't really know. It's not my concern. I won't be posting them, so that's it, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm knitting at the minute because I can manage to knit very slowly, but I can't manage to crochet, although I have managed to make some hats, but I think I showed them you the other week, didn't I? But they do hurt my wrist so much, yeah. Yeah. Oh, poor little stomach. I have had some tea, I promise you, but it's growling its head off. My poor little Manchester bee. It's wearing off. The other side's even worse. My little bee's worn off altogether. You know me and blankets. I'm not much good with a blanket. I don't mind making a little baby blanket or a tiny little blanket, but I cannot make full-size blankets. I get so bored trundling across a row with millions of stitches. Oh, I can't do it. I'm struggling with this. I wish I'd have started the back first, instead of which I did the 2 fronts. The pattern told me to. I didn't choose to do 2 fronts first. I prefer to get the biggest bit over and done with, yeah. I never sell anything. Nothing I make ever sells. I've tried eBay, I've tried Etsy, I've tried everything, and nothing. Nobody ever wants to buy my stuff. It must be rubbish or something, I don't know. Yeah. But no, these are from a church, so they won't be selling them on. If I can't sell them, they won't be able to sell them. And I had them priced very, very cheap because I was using my oddments up, yeah. So they're not exactly the bee's knees of bonnets, yeah. Yeah, one of the ladies at Knit Club at the library, she makes those twiddle muffs, for people with dementia. Yeah. One of my friends used to do that. She used to put stuff in the middle, that crinkled. And then she put things on the outside, like chains and buttons and stuff, so that they could fiddle. I mean, my dad had dementia and he wore a hole in the chair arm because he kept circling round and round it was a velvet suite, circling with his finger round and round and round the button till he wore a hole right through, the suite. Because that's what they do. He used to jingle coins in his pocket all the time. It's just something that they do, yeah. No, I used to have a nice little shop where I sold things on Etsy. But Etsy got very, very greedy and started charging the earth in commission. So they finished up getting much more profit than I did for doing the actual crocheting. And plus, the postage to the US went up. Oh, I've seen them make. It's very difficult in the UK here to make any kind of toys. It's a twiddle, a muff. They put their hands inside. They put like crinkly stuff inside so it crinkles when they move the hands about. And then they put buttons and loops and buttonholes and things. Because when a lot of people with dementia, like my dad, can't keep their hands still, they twiddle and yeah. No, they killed my Etsy. Royal Mail killed it because they put the price of all my. Etsy killed it because they wanted me to put post free on everything, which you cannot do if it's costing you £30 to post something. Yeah, I know you've put a lot of blankets together, haven't you, Sean? Yeah. I still got mine. I got made for me on my 70th birthday. It's there. Can you see it? Unbeknownst to me, loads of people that were my subscribers crocheted a square and stitched together. I think it finished up. I think Kelly stitched it together. Oh, shush, shush. I think Kelly stitched it together in the end. I know you started, didn't you, Sean? But obviously your oldest took over, yeah. But yeah, those emotional chicken things, what's going on with them? Some of them look quite nice, don't they? But oh, my friend's asking me, have I warmed up yet? No. Yeah, I have actually. Have warmed up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with the people who take patterns out of magazines and things or books and scan them and sell them. And they're not their own patterns, if you know what I mean. Sheila's patterns are her own patterns. She doesn't photocopy anybody else's and tries to pass them off as her own. But so many people do that on Etsy and that, yeah. Oh, yeah, I believe Etsy has started holding on to their money for so many weeks before they send it, just in case the person who doesn't get the item. Yeah. I mean, when I used to have the Etsy shop, which I don't, I don't have it anymore. You know, there were so many people. I used to send all my things recorded delivery because so many people tried it on with me, saying they haven't got the parcels and that. So it's very funny because I've got the proof here that it's been posted to you and you signed for it. Yeah. Oh, and then about 2 days later, you get a message saying, "Oh, sorry, I've managed to find it. It did arrive after all." They just try it on. And that means if you have to refund them, you're out of pocket well style. And it seems to be a trend, you know. Let's just say it's not arrived and let's get our money back and that. I'm knitting a cardigan for me. It's only in chunky. I'm very, very slow, Kaz, at the moment because of my hand. Oh, God, yeah. Vintage pattern. That means it's about 5 years old. And the people who, you know, I don't know. I keep getting asked, will I do tutorials and stuff like that? People don't understand that you cannot do a tutorial if you're using someone else's pattern and you haven't asked them if it's possible for you to do it. If you're doing your own pattern, if you've made it up, if it's one of your own, you can do a tutorial. But people will say, can you do a tutorial for the cardigan you've just knitted? I'm like, no, I can't. It's not my pattern, you know. Oh, yeah, they always claim they don't arrive, yeah. Oh, the taxman's making money out of me hand over fist. 30% tax I paid to the USA. I don't even live there. Oh, dear. What gets me is I get a crochet magazine. It can be this month's crochet magazine. And within 2 days, there's patterns on eBay from the magazine up for sale. And I'm like, hang on, you know, it's this month's magazine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't make patterns up, so I'm not in that league. If I design something for myself, I can only do my size. I cannot, you know, work things out for, you know, if I crochet something for me, I guarantee somebody would say, can you tell me how to make it for a 5X or something? And I'm like, no, I can't. Oh, copyright infringement, left, right, and centre. And Etsy does nothing. Neither does eBay to stop any of that. But it's funny over here, people have said to me, why don't you make amigurumis? Why don't you make that? And that's another minefield. Everything's got to be tested. It's got to be, you've got to be, you know, not using somebody else's pattern unless you've asked them. B, it's got to be tested that it won't set on fire. You've got to use the right kind of wool. You've got to use safety eyes. It's got to pass this British standards thing, yeah. And yet in America, you see them for sale all the time. Craft fairs where they do all these whatever, yeah. And they don't get pulled. And yet we would in the US, in the UK, sorry, we would get pulled all the time. Yeah, be dyed with safe dyes. It's got to be, it won't kill a child if it sucks it, you know, the stuffing won't fall out of it, yeah. You know, it's really hard. And you can't make a copy of something like Grogu or something like that because people are saying, oh, no, it's copyright and all that, yeah. Oh, God, the crochet people on YouTube, they're always fighting. The ones on Instagram. You have stolen my pattern. There was one the other week, I won't name any names. She was claiming that this woman had stolen her spider's web waistcoat. She'd stolen her idea. She'd stolen her pattern. And I'm thinking, I made that spider web almost identical to the one that she in the 60s. And I've got the pattern in the back to prove it. So she did not make it up. She did not invent this spider's web waistcoat at all. And yet she's bleating that somebody had stolen her idea. As my mum used to say, there's no new stuff, it's just old times with vinegar. Hi, Jill. How are you? Yeah, King Cole did that, didn't they? They stole the virus show pattern. I mean, the virus show pattern has been around so long, I don't think anybody can say they ever invented it, can they? Yeah, I mean, she sells them for about $300 or $400. Probably this woman was undercutting her. You're fat and happy, so am I. So am I, Jill. I'm happy when I'm on here. I've been miserable. Yeah. That's why there've been no videos from me. I've been, don't like to talk about it on, when you're feeling, it's just, if you're not feeling happy, it's hard to make a video, with your sort of happy face on. And I just didn't feel like making videos. This last, 2-3 weeks, I just haven't felt the urge. I haven't felt like doing any. I might get the mood back again. I might not, yeah. Yeah, I lay low when I'm feeling. Oh, you've had a struggling week, have you, Jill? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't normally suffer from what I don't call it depression, because that's what I always say. What I feel is not like I'm insulting people who suffer with depression, because it's a real thing, depression, whereas mine is I'm down. Mine's I'm low. I feel like don't want to do things and that. But I am not that I can't get myself out of it, which I know that people who suffer badly with depression can't. It is medical and there's something that they can't do about it. Yeah, I call it feeling flat, feeling low, or whatever. Yeah, I feel very antisocial. Yeah, I do, Jill. I know what you mean. I just don't like to feel putting on a happy face and making a video and being all, when I'm fed up, the weather's rubbish, and it's kind of, I'm cold and I'm miserable, and yeah. Oh gosh, I don't like when they fight over this is my design, this is my design. Yeah, yeah, I know. When I feel up to it, I will film again. It's happened to me once before. I agree, Seaside. If I get some sunny days, it lifts me up no end. My mood just goes up several notches the minute the sun starts to shine. Some people say they like winter, and I don't. Some people like the cold, I don't. I like hot, sunny weather where I can wear a nice summer dress, wear something pretty. You don't have to wear these basic dresses all the time with an underskirt underneath and your leggings underneath to keep your legs warm, and your big thick cardigan on because it's too cold. I want summer where I can put a nice summer dress on. I don't think I've worn a summer dress without a thick cardigan or a coat since I moved here. And that's what I'm missing. I know the weather's been rubbish all over Britain. It's not that it's just here. It's been rubbish everywhere. I just want some sun. I want this heat wave they keep promising us. Yeah, Kazzy's back in the house, yeah. And Trev did say he'll pop in if he can, yeah. So we may get a very public appearance from Kiss My Stained Glass, yeah. One can hope. Yeah. Yeah, even tonight. I'm so glad I came on here because you've all cheered me up. Even tonight, I was feeling really down in the doldrums. I was sitting there thinking, do I really want to do this? Do I really want, to go on? Yeah, I love summer days. I do love summer days. Oh, cold. I can't deal with cold. All my bones hurt and ache. You know, my hip hurts, my knees hurt. You know, everything about you feels so much worse, doesn't it, when it's cold? Well, it does with me. Bit of sun on my bones. When I used to be able to go abroad, you know, lay on the beach in the sun, I automatically shed about 10 years, you know. I used to feel so much. Oh, thank you, Mimi. I used to feel so much healthier, so much happier. He'll pass out when he sees you. No. It's very, very rare I can ever say I'm too hot. Oh, thank you, Connie. See, I mean, I come on here so you lift my spirits, and you usually do. I don't usually come on here and feel very... Oh, goodness. We don't have any of that on here. We don't have any... We don't have politics. We don't have gender. We don't have religion, because you offend people when you start going along those lines. And my idea on here is that it's party night and everybody enjoys themselves. And I don't like, you know, politics being dragged into it, you know, anything like that. I don't like it, no. No, we're not a bunch of grumps tonight, thank goodness. No, because sometimes we do get a bit heavy, don't we? But no, we don't. Anybody that discusses things like that, we can't do with it, because everybody's got different opinions, and everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Let's face it, yeah. I'm not going to criticise anybody, you know, for any... Unless anybody's downright rude on here, or comes on here and starts saying things that are controversial or aggressive, yeah. Then they have to go, yeah. But I've got some very good monitors, and they do awful. You know, I don't like anything like that, yeah. I think we're all happy with it. YouTube's gone... The people who seem to thrive are, I don't know, controversial or arguing and stuff like that. I wouldn't want my channel to develop into a big, big argument. You know, somebody coming on saying, I think such a body, or calling each other, you know. You get channels, don't you? You watch them and they're calling people. And, you know, saying what they're doing wrong and all this, and naming them, you know. I mean, I've been told, oh, so-and-so said such a thing about you. Are you going to go on there live and tell them off? And I'm going, no, I'm not. I didn't hear them say it, so don't come and tell me that they've said it about me. I don't want to know, yeah. You know, unless somebody was going around spreading down and out lies about me, then probably I might retaliate. But, you know, if everybody's entitled to their opinion, if people don't like me, then fine. You know, you're entitled not to like me, you know. It's just the way of the world. We can't please everybody, can we, you know? And, but I don't like when they have these... It develops into a real cat fight. I stopped going on a lot of lives because I hated that bitching and the cat fighting and the calling people's names. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, is it necessary? You know, is that the way you want to grow your channel? Getting people to watch you? Yeah, we just boot them off, yeah. Yeah, we get rid of all the ones we don't want. Yeah, it is childish squabbling, isn't it? I came off Ravelry for the same... Well, I didn't come off Ravelry. I still get my free patterns off there. But I stopped posting on any of the chats and anything. And I stopped even posting what I'd made on there. Because you always get somebody giving... You know. All right, we don't make things that are picture perfect. We don't make things that are stand up to scrutiny. Maybe our seams are a bit wonky. Maybe our stitches are a bit off. Maybe our gauge is a bit wrong. You know, we don't need to be criticised. You know, we don't need to be told that. I mean, to me, the pleasure I get out of crafting is the actual making of it. I don't make things to be admired. I don't make things to put them up. How clever am I? Isn't this beautiful? Everybody admire it. Everybody love it. I knit or crochet things because I like doing them, yeah. Yeah, you know, if I see something that is really horrendous, I pass it by. I mean, we all see some horrors, don't we? People putting things up and you think, oh my, are they joking? You know, are they really joking? They put some horrible things up on Facebook, don't they? TikTok and Instagram, and you're looking at them thinking, did a 2-year-old with development issues crochet that? But you don't say it. You just scroll past it. Well, I do anyway. I don't put comments on. Derogatory comments like, oh my God, you know, did you have to choose that colour? Oh, it looks awful. Or did you put those two colours together on purpose, you know? Or you haven't stitched that together very well, or something like that. Oh, I think, yeah. Leave it alone. That might be the best that person can do. You don't know the circumstances, do you? I remember seeing something on Facebook that this young, well, I didn't know she was young at the time. Somebody had put something on Facebook. And it kind of wasn't very well done or very well made, and everybody was ripping into it. And it turned out this little girl was about 11 or 12, and it was the first thing that she'd ever crocheted. So you don't know the backstory, do you? That little girl was so proud of what she'd made, yeah? And everybody was dragging her down, saying how horrible it was, and it wasn't very well made, and fancy putting a picture of that up, you know. And I'm like, no. Oh, God, that is, yeah. We've all started somewhere. You don't know if the person making something has had a stroke, has limited mobility in their hands. You don't know that. You just make a judgment. Well, I don't. But some people make a judgment on that, yeah. Oh, God, that's awful, yeah, Lizzie. She said, if my friend gifted me that, I would throw it out. Yeah, I've stopped watching a lot of crochet channels for that, yeah. Yeah. I mean, personally, I would never make a blanket as a gift for someone unless I knew A, they wanted it, B, it was their favourite colour scheme. Don't make a blanket just because you like the colours. It might clash abominably with their colour scheme in their house. And also, they may not be a person who uses a blanket. And yet people go on the high horses, like saying, oh, I could tell by her face she didn't like this blanket. And I'm thinking, well, did you ask her in the first place? Did she want one? You know, why waste your time making a blanket for somebody that you've not asked them, do they want one? I mean, if somebody said, I would love a blanket, then you would say to them, well, what kind of colours were you thinking about? And then they tell you. You don't go home and make a purple and orange one just because you happen to like purple and orange, yeah? And then they wonder why they finish up in the charity shop or the thrift shop, as you call them in America. And they get all uppity and, oh, she gave it away. She didn't like it. Yeah, because she chose the wrong colours. And she was a modern girl who didn't want a blanket in the first place, yeah. Oh, pawn. Yes, Sheila that's just been on here. She had to change her email because somebody kept posting all this pornography on her email. And people were trying to message her about patterns and stuff like that. And there was all this pornography. Mm. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame, Jill, that. Oh, yeah, no, Seaside. The cats don't care if you make a mistake, do they? Cats don't. Unless you put a big hole in it, of course, and they get their paw stuck. But apart from that, no. I shouldn't imagine that they're very fussy. I've stopped making a lot of things for people, unless they actually asked me for them, yeah. Yeah, no, I can imagine, Jill. It's an awful, awful that, yeah. I used to get a lot of, the minute I posted a video, I used to get this pornography on my comments. And I just reported them. And eventually it all stopped. In fact, I sent a letter to YouTube saying, this is just not right. I've put words in my thing that I want blocking. You have an option to block certain words, which I did. And every time anybody posted a link to pornography, I reported it as spam and stuff like that. And eventually it did stop, touch wood. Just watch, it'll start again now. Yeah, it's always sad, Jill, isn't it, when it's children? You know. Oh, I can remember the first things I ever made weren't exactly perfect, yeah. I was making a dusty pink suit, of all things, a jacket and a miniskirt. And my brother walked in and he said, "Are you making a dishcloth?" He said, "You look like a slapstone Nelly." You never did finish it. Because my stitches were wrong. I'd made mistakes. I was only doing trebles, double crochets if you're in America. But I kept doing it wrong. I'd go into the wrong bit. Or I'd go into, they weren't neat at all. I can remember that. I think my mum helped me to unravel it in the end. We used the wool for something else, yeah. No, I didn't ignore them. I used to, like you said, delete them and report them as spam. So, oh, no, you won't be able to talk about it, Joe, yeah. When it's close to you. It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we all need to start. You're not born as a wonderful crocheter or a wonderful knitter. I mean, I started with my knitting and that, making things for my dollies. I dare say they weren't very good, but, I thought they were marvellous, making little cardigans for my dolls and stuff. But I always think crafting, oh, thank you, excuse me, thank you very much, yeah. I always think that it's the art of crochet and knitting that releases your mental, whatever it is, endorphins, or as my friend calls them, dolphins, yeah. Endorphins in your brain, don't they? It's a sort of a calming mechanism, the repetition of doing the knitting or the crocheting. So it isn't really about making the things. You're not a fashion show. You're not like making things to be admired and whatever. I always think that the knitting is what relaxes me, and the knitting is the crochet, whatever, calms me down, keeps me sane. So it's the process I like rather than the finished, the finished thing. Yeah. It's not all about finishing things. Yeah. Yeah, needlework does. It's proved that it helps your mental health. It's proved that it calms you down. It's a proven fact, yeah. Oh, my pay's dropped right down to nothing. My Google AdSense, I don't think they're paying me at all at the minute. Yeah, it's very therapeutic. It takes your mind off things. You know, I've had a lot of stuff going on in my private life, which I'm not prepared to go into. And, you know, I mean, I found it hard to knit and crochet because of my hand issues at the moment. But I do try. You know, there's only so much television you can watch, isn't there, these days without getting bored out of your head. I'm a bit like you, Kaz, with that. You know, and people say, oh, isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going, is it? Is it? It kind of annoys me when these sweet young things, hi Lulu, these sweet young things come on a channel and they hold something up that's very, very basic, to be honest, very basic. And they go, isn't she marvellous? Isn't she lovely? Why is it a she? Isn't she marvellous? Isn't she lovely? And I'm thinking, it's just basic. You know, it's a beginner's thing. Anybody could do it. Why do you have to blow your own trumpet at top note? Saying how wonderful, how marvellous. You know, if you're fishing for compliments, then, you know, you want somebody to say, oh, yes, it's beautiful, it's lovely. I'm never like that. I'm like, yeah, I finished it, you know. Go nuts being creative. And I agree with you, Sean. I do agree. It's very meditative. It's very relaxing. It's just the counting process and the repetition, I think, is what helps your brain. Yeah. It does with me. I just go into the zone, you know, when I'm knitting or crocheting. That's why I've been so miserable, probably because I've not been able to do it much. My SAD doesn't help. You know, things that are going on in my life don't help. And the fact that my hand's been hurting and I've not been able to. I mean, I've got trousers I'm supposed to be turning up. I've been turning them up for 12 months. I still haven't turned them up yet. Yeah, you crochet because murder's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Yeah, you're right there. It helps to calm you down. I hate short videos. I'm sorry. I know people make them and people make money doing them. I don't like them. They annoy me. When people twizzle about in a sweater or a cardigan, I'm going to be making a video for this very shortly. Watch this space. And I'm like, no, stop it. Yeah. I've had one pair of trousers for about 2 years. They've been on the I must shorten these pile. Yeah. I mean, we do have an ironing board somewhere and we do have an iron somewhere. Hi, Jeannie. So I think I should just get some of that Wonder Web and stick them up. But the trouble with sticking them up like that is that they fall down when you've been washed up for a while. They fall down, don't they? They don't last. That sticky stuff. And then if you don't watch out, you get it all over your iron. Oh, I've never fancied crochet shorts to me. I think they're a bit... I wouldn't mind a pair if I was slender and I went on a beach somewhere. That means if it was ever warm enough, yeah. Yeah. If it was ever warm enough to wear them on the beach, but I wouldn't wear them. I got in a row with one lady that came on here, actually, and she's since left me and unsubscribed because she said I should make granny square shorts because they would sell. And I'm like, no, we're talking Great Britain here. We're talking bad weather. We're talking cold. Unless somebody was going to a music festival, I cannot see anybody walking up and down the streets in granny square shorts. She then said, oh, I would sleep in them. And I went, eh. I said, I would hope you would be wearing underwear. I mean, can you imagine all that acrylic in your nether regions? Yeah. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of my original YouTubers, the ones that I used to really watch and really like. And you think, where have they gone? So you look them up, don't you? And because they're still in your favourites, and you look them up, and no videos for about 2 years, you know. And I'm thinking, obviously they went off it and went on to something else, you know. I just got fed up of YouTube. I think we all go through a stage of getting fed up with YouTube. What have I got for my snackies today? I went to the co-op. I've got ready salted potato sticks. Is what I've got today. I made some of those, you know, the boho carnival. They're a bit bigger than a bikini top. Could I sell them? No. And I wasn't asking much for them. Can't sell them. Nobody wants them. It's not been the weather, you see, over here. If I could get to a festival and if I could afford a stall, which, you know, they're premium prices if you have a stall at a festival. I don't have a camper van. I can't drive anymore. I can't do tents. So I can't do, you know, I couldn't do a festival. Who are the original? Who are the original ones? I can't think off the hand. Can't think offhand. The ones I used to watch the most. I used to watch a lot of them, but they've gone off on a tangent and they've gone up rabbit holes. They don't do crocheting anymore. I used to watch Grace, GB Maltese, all the time. Then she went on to 5D painting. And I just wasn't interested in that at all. I used to watch another lady. She used to do pattern design. She used to live in, was it Cyprus or somewhere? She's vanished. I used to watch the lady who used to say it's Tuesday. She used to do fountain pens and talk about knitting her socks, and she's vanished, yeah. Yeah, well, She Spins is still around, and she Juanita. Dina, is she the lady in the truck? Yeah. And Zizi, Zoe, yeah. Oh, Zoe, she's gone off, yeah. 24 Karat Crochet, she doesn't make videos anymore. Z occasionally makes videos, but not that often anymore. Oh, Dina lived in Swampland. Who's the lady that drives the truck that's just got a new dog? And I used to watch another lady. She was called, might have been Dina. She used to do a lot of circular knitting, you know, on a loom. She used to knit a lot of hats for charity on a loom. But that was Dina, wasn't it? She had cats, didn't she? Quite a few cats, yeah. She's still on Instagram, but I don't think she doesn't put anything about her knitting in it. She hasn't done any videos for a long, long time. Yeah, I miss Dina. That's another one you see you miss. It's funny, the bad ones who annoy you seem to stay on forever, don't they? And yeah, the good ones that you really miss them disappear. Oh, I used to watch another lady. Oh, I can't remember. And I used to watch the, oh God, what was she called? The lady used to knit scarves and things on. Yeah, Z's still on YouTube, but she doesn't make as many videos as she used to. That other lady who used to make scarves and hats for charity on her little Addy machine. She had a son who joined the military. I used to watch her a lot. Something about sheep. Sheepishly sharing, is she called? Yeah. I used to watch her. She doesn't make videos very often now. I remember Fang. Yeah, Zig's had a few funerals to go to, hasn't she? But she used to do them when she used to go on cruises, didn't she? And she used to do all these videos, Zig. Just trying to think of all the others I used to watch when they're not there. Shan isn't there anymore, but then she's been ill, so we'll let her off. I can't think. I mean, somebody asked me the other day about the lady who used to do this pens and that. She was a lovely lady. She had trouble with her eyesight, I can remember that. And I used to watch another lady that lived by, what's it called, Victoria Falls in Canada, was it? Yeah. Oh, Erin, yeah, Erin's not made any. She's got quite a while. Erin's not made them. She does make occasional ones, but not very often. Yeah, she lost all of those dogs. She's got a new one now. Hi, Lulu. You're cooking your sister's birthday dinner. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, Crafternoon Treats I used to watch. She's not around anymore. She used to die young. I met Catherine, actually. She's a very nice lady. I met her at one of the wolf things I went to. I still watch Claire, although she doesn't make as many videos as she used to, did she? Bob Wilson 123. She's called something else now. Yeah, Catherine, I met Catherine. She's lovely. No, I don't know Brenda. Or I might do, but I don't remember her. But such a lot of them are missing now, aren't they? I wish I could remember the name of that lady who used to do the fountain pens. And she always used to say, it's Tuesday. Yeah, she went off on a tangent, didn't she, the sheepishly sharing? She was all right when she was doing her knitting and her crocheting, but then she started wandering off. She was a nutritionist, wasn't she, or something? I used to like watching her because she used to potter about in her house, didn't she, and show us her kitchen. And yeah, Bob Wilson 123. She's now called Claire something, Claire Crochet. Yeah, she's changed her name. Claire's always been married. No, she hadn't got married. She was married whenever. She never shows her husband or mentions him, you know. I like watching Not Quite Enough because she always calls her husband himself. You never see him. It's always himself, yeah. I used to watch Elizabeth. Yeah, I did. Beth in Texas, yeah. Oh, Lorraine Pugh, yeah. She made the most fantastic shawls. She made some lovely patterns. But then she had another baby. She had a little boy at one time. She had a baby. And she lived in Cyprus or something, yeah. Elizabeth died. Ah, I know quite a few people have died. Sounds awful, doesn't it? You know, but some of them I didn't know who they were. People who say, oh, so-and-so's died. I'm like, who's that? I didn't know Elizabeth had died, yeah. There's another lady, I can't remember. who she was. And she lived by the, the famous, is it Victoria Falls in Canada? The falls. She lived right near there. Because she used to work at like a fun fair place in the, the season. She used to make a lot of dolls, yeah. Niagara Falls, that's the one. That's where she worked. She used to live right near there. And she worked summer season on a fun fair. She used to work on a booth, collecting the money. When you think of all these people that used to be on YouTube, but they're no longer here. It's such a shame, isn't it? Oh, Yolanda, yeah. She stopped making videos when her daughter died, didn't she? Because she had 5 children, her daughter. Oh, Trev. Hi, Shad. That's a necklace. Wooden today. Wooden. Got it on because I've got mustard dress. I was just telling everybody, Trev, that you may be putting your appearance in, like the royalty. Royal wave, yeah. And we thought Shad had gone fishing, but he's actually here, yeah. We've got quite a few on tonight, Trev, yeah. Ephraim, yeah. I miss Ephraim's videos. That's another one I miss. He used to make some good videos, didn't he, Ephraim? Yeah, Yolanda, she made some lovely videos and tutorials and patterns, did she? But she's now got her daughter's 5 children, so I've got nothing on my hook at the moment. I'm actually knitting, would you believe, a bit of sparkle. Yeah, we'll have to have a bit of glitter in our life, don't we? There was another young woman that used to make videos. She went blind after having a stroke. I used to watch her. But she was only very young as well, had a stroke, yeah. I think she lived in Germany somewhere. She made a few videos after she'd gone blind because she still managed to do a little bit of crochet, but yeah, your yarn husband, Ephraim, where has he gone? He's perhaps busy. He's perhaps busy with his hairdressing. Yeah, Yolanda's daughter died and left 5 children. I don't know whether Yolanda got full custody or whether she shares it with Yolanda's husband. I don't know. You might have seen Ephraim on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I'm very behind the times, me. It's modern. I don't know how to. I've not even been on TikTok. If you wonder what I'm nibbling co-op ready salted potato sticks, yeah. There's another lady called something Brown. she used to crochet and everything. Then she went into fitness with her husband. You know, they started off doing all this gym stuff. And she disappeared because I think she had about three little boys or something. But she got into fitness and stuff and going to the gym and everything. So her channel completely changed, so I didn't watch her anymore. There's a lot more, but I just can't remember them. A lot more that I used to watch and I can't find them. Yeah, she passed away, Yolanda's daughter, yeah. Left five children. Hi, Helen. It doesn't look bad, but it's sore. I have to rest it every now and again. I can't knit as long as I used to, and I can't knit as quick as I used to, and I can't crochet at all. So I'm in a bad way. It's going funny, you're jumping in and out. Ooh, that's a bit of exercise for you. My internet's a bit weird. If it suddenly disappears because my internet's gone off again. It just suddenly goes, your internet connection has gone. Yeah. And then there was that other lady, wasn't she, Teresa, that went a bit weird. Teresa used to make the best tutorials ever. And then she went strange. And she used to do some videos where she was swearing, and it was awful to watch her. She really disintegrated. I don't think she does them anymore. Yeah, Karen, Casualistic. She used to make videos. She made a lot of little amigurumi things, didn't she? She had that bird that never stopped talking, and then she had a lizard. Was it a lizard? I don't know if you remember that woman, Teresa. She used to make fantastic videos, and then she went strange. I don't know what happened to her. She started going really, and then you couldn't watch her videos because she was swearing all the time. And she actually got done for threatening to bomb a school or something. And she went really peculiar. But she was one of them top YouTubers, you know, the ones that get the plaque on with the little arrow and stuff. But she was fantastic at tutorials. Yeah. Vindaloo curry. Oh, I'm glad I'm not AU. I don't like curry. Zines and Rogers sometimes makes videos, doesn't she? Oh, is it Teresa? Yeah. And she'd gone very weird before that. I stopped watching Bag a Day. I don't know why. I used to like watching it, but now I don't, and I can't tell you why. You know, you just go off someday. Just when she'd take that damn hat off. She's got hair, she's not chemo, she's not bald. Why does she have to wear a hat? In the house. And she's still around, Lisa Pine Nuts. I used to like watching her. Isn't it funny how everybody's disappeared or changed? Like I say, I used to watch, GB Maltese. I was very friendly with Grace at one time. But then she changed, and all she ever did was them 5D paintings, and I'm not interested. Cherry Hart, no, she does still make videos, I think, but only now and again. Cherry Hart, yeah. I think everybody goes through phases, don't they? They're always on, and then they suddenly vanish, yeah. Yeah, there's only so many 5D paintings you can watch, don't you? No, I don't know why I don't like watching Bag a Day. I used to. But she wears them all the time now. It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, I think people get fed up, yeah. Oh, Teresa went really potty. It wasn't that she went off. She used to go off on a tangent about things being wrong with her house and conspiracy theories and stuff. Everybody was this and everybody was that. And yeah, I don't know why I find her voice a bit annoying, to be quite honest. It's awful. I don't like calling people, but I just stopped watching her. Other people I float in and out. I watch them for a while and then I don't watch them, and then I watch them again and then I don't watch them. Yeah, Secret Gardenery, I watch her now and again, but not always. Yeah, her ice yarn hauls are absolutely, out of this world. But Fibre Spider, it does a lot of reading things out. Oh, Oana, yeah. She did come back briefly, Oana. She said she had a burnout, she was making too many videos. Yeah, Randy hasn't made any for a long time, has she? She's been having difficulties, hasn't she, with a divorce and that. Oana came back. She explained that she'd done so much and it got to be a pressure and it got her down, and she took a long break. She said she was coming back, but she hasn't really. She did make a couple of videos and that's it, yeah. Smells Great, didn't he get harassed or trolled or... I know one of the lads was getting really horrendous abuse and stuff online. I can't remember whether it was Smells Great guy or another guy. I know there was another guy who used to do socks and that, and he got absolutely trolled off so many nasty comments, and he stopped coming on. It made him have a breakdown near enough, yeah. Who was the guy that was harassed, though? The one that used to knit the socks and that? People bullied him so much that he went off, yeah. No, it wasn't Mikey, no. Sock Matician, that's the one. Yeah, the British diver, that's Tom Daly. Mikey's had a breakdown, yeah. I used to like Mikey when he was not as famous, if you know what I mean. I thought he got a bit big for his boots at one stage. Maybe he's come back down again now, I don't know. I used to watch him at the beginning, Mikey. But then I don't know what happened why I stopped watching him. He started to annoy me because he was I thought he was a bit big-headed, to be quite truthful. I have attempted, you guys. Me sat here munching all these, which I shouldn't be eating. I'm going to have to put this bag down. My hand is permanently glued inside the bag at the moment. You think the little innocuous little chip things, don't you? Yeah, Fibre Spider's still there. He does a lot of reading from books, though, don't he, Fibre Spider? Yeah, I don't know why I stopped watching. You kind of get out the habit of watching some people, and you don't really know why. You suddenly like take against them or something. That's the wrong word, isn't it? I don't mean I take against him. You know why? Suddenly, they're not your favourite anymore. They might do. They might say or do something, or they might have a couple of videos that you don't like watching. And you kind of get out the habit of watching. It's happened with a few other people. You know, I watch their videos and think that they're great, and then they make 2 or 3 videos, and you know, you don't watch those 2 or 3 videos because they're not what you're looking for, not what you're interested in. And then all of a sudden, you don't watch them anymore because you tend to think, oh, they'll be on about such and such thing, or they'll be on about this, or they'll be on about that. I don't like the YouTube channels who are like, they come on and they'll say, I'll subscribe to you if you subscribe to me. I'm like, no. If I want to subscribe to you because you're interesting enough, I'll do it. But I don't do that, you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you stuff. I don't want those kind of subscribers. I want genuine subscribers. If my channel never grows particularly, I won't go out begging for subscribers. I may say jokingly at the end of my videos, oh, please like and subscribe and thumbs up and all that jazz, because everybody does that. But, I won't go on other people's channels. I haven't seen any videos from Kim for a long, long time, no. She's another one that's vanished, isn't she? I'm actually having Avert Your Eyes, Shan. It's not got much Jack Daniels in it, but there you are. I don't know who collaborates with who. I don't know. I know I've never had this. This is a sponsored video. I watched Jen B as well. I mean, she used to do a lot of crocheting and a lot of knitting and everything, but at the moment she's doing up a house that I wouldn't have touched with a barge pole. It's like falling to bits, this house, and her and her boyfriend are doing it up, yeah. And I watched that quite avidly because I find her interesting, she's pulling all this drywall out and everything. You've got a cuppa. Yeah. Oh, Nathan's awoke. Have you been having a little sleep, Nathan? Well, it tastes of Jack Daniels, even though there might not be much in it, but it tastes of it. Right, I'm going to look in my bag. I went to the co-op. And I've got a bag of goodies, which I should not be having. So what shall I have out of my goodie bag? Shall I have a crunchy? Shall I have a Kit Kat? Shall I have a Mars bar? Or shall I have some Maltesers? I think I'll have some Maltesers. Yeah, I had to go to the hole in the wall because I had actually no cash. So the taxi men hate me when I have to pay them with the card. Because apparently they don't get their money straight away. Don't know why. I think it's because they drive a taxi for someone else. So I try to give them cash, yeah. I don't know how they work things out around here, but everything costs a tenner no matter where you go. If you go up the road 2 strides, it's £10. If you go up the road miles, it's £10, yeah. Who can blame anybody for fiddling the tax returns? Blooming heck. If people selling the council houses on the on Parliament can do it, well. Yeah, I'm not supposed to have these, Helen, but do I care anymore? I think I've got past the age of caring anymore. I've never earned enough. I mean, apart from when I was working in the shop. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. Trev, getting a little annoying. Why has Shad retracted his message? What did he say? I missed it. I've got some in my, you can't see it, behind the door. I have booze in there. Not really allowed it. Not really allowed this. But hey ho, it's Saturday night. Saturday night doesn't count. Doesn't count for calories. Doesn't count for my diabetes, yeah. Hiya, Val. You enjoying your holiday? I'm being naughty. I'm eating Maltesers, Val. It's Val, by the way, Kaz. She uses her husband's pseudonym. Yeah, it was getting a bit on my nerves, actually, to be quite honest with you, Jill. I was trying to be polite. Hi, Sheena. What did Shad write and retract his message? What did he put? I missed it. For everybody in the room, Eric is Val. She uses her husband's account, so it comes up as Eric, but it's not another man in the room, it's Val. And she's on her holidays at the moment. So we're very, very honoured that she has come up from the concert room to say hello. Oh, you've been naughty too as Val. What's the weather like, Val? Is it nice? Have you got the sunshine? Val hasn't worked out yet how to change from Eric to her. She's like me, she's not computer savvy. It looked nice here, but it was still cold. Oh, my fire's going out or it's gone out. Never mind, I'm not putting any more on it now. Greek is Lizzie. She's gone very quiet. I don't know if she's disappeared or not. Hi, Gail. I'm being naughty. I'm eating Maltesers. Have you noticed they don't say we're the less fattening centre anymore? Because you know it's a lie. Oh dear, and Diamond went on a off. I'm not dyslexic, but my fingers are. Scarborough. My niece wants to retire there when she's finished work. Not for a while yet, she's only 50. I've got dyslexic fingers. They don't type what I'm thinking. And autocorrect gets you in a lot of trouble, doesn't it? It says things you do not mean. Oh, we're here again, Shad. I've not done voice typing. Autocorrect is bad enough. And if you're typing on your phone, little keyboard, innit? Little tiny keyboard. I don't think I've ever been to Scarborough. I can't remember if I've ever been. I used to have a phone that did voice typing, but this one doesn't. I tell you, I've only got mine's propelled by gas, I think, my phone. Yeah, my phone's only like an Android. It wouldn't do anything. It's not one of these Apple phones where you can pay things on or anything. I don't get why tea's popular anyway. But biscuit tea and jam and bread tea or something, jam and biscuit tea or something. Why? They just taste like this to me. Tracy from Crochet Rock, she drinks it all the time. I'm not truly British. I don't like tea. I was brought up on tea. Then one day I got pregnant. And tea tasted like poison. And after I'd had my son, I thought, we'll go back on the tea. Still tastes like poison. I wish I could find something else other than coffee, because I'm sick of coffee. I wish I could find a tea I like. I've tried fruit teas, don't like them. I've tried them all, so I just don't like them. I've tried all the... Oh, you like builder's tea, do you, Kaz? My mother used to like builder's tea. Now you see, Jill doesn't. I can't even stand the smell of tea, and I hate it if my son stirs my coffee with a spoon that he stirred tea with. Ugh, I can taste it. I used to work with, well, she used to work for me, a girl who used to like proper tea. She always had tea leaves. And she didn't put them in a teapot. She would put them in a mug. Tea leaves at the bottom. Oh. And I used to say, Nellie, I can't wash your cup. I'm sorry. I always imagine sweet tea would be very, very bad for you. Is it really so sugary? I've never had a chai latte or anything like that. What's that thing that Z drinks? That bobo tea or something? It looks like semolina. Has anybody here ever bubble tea? Oh. Z drinks it all the time, don't she? It just looks like semolina to me. I've never tried it. I don't fancy it. I've only ever heard of it with Z because she always drinks it and it just looks like semolina. And no. Tapioca, that's the one. I don't like all these, what I call Ponzi coffees. You know, where people go in and they want a double shot of this, that, and the other with something of this in it, and can I have it made with almond milk or nut milk or whatever? And I'm like, oh, you Ponzi lot, just have a coffee and have done. Double shot espresso with a shot of something or other, which some syrup or something, made with some fantastic milk or something. I don't like strong coffee. Everybody else has these fantastic coffee machines and they don't interest me at all. You know, we pay a fortune for this thing that takes up all the counter space. And it gives you a cup of coffee about that big. The only coffee I used to like that was like ground coffee was something, I think it's called Blue Mountain or something. Don't get me wrong, I love the smell of ground coffee, but I don't like drinking it. I don't even like Starbucks. We don't have Tim Hortons. Well, actually, I say we don't have Tim Hortons. We were actually out in the car one day and I saw a Tim Hortons. I'm very rare, but like you see people who always go out and go to Costa, Starbucks, or whatever, and they're always walking down the street with this, paper cup of coffee, and I'm like, I used to have an old coffee pot, the kind you put the coffee in and you poured the water and you just left it to bubble a bit. I didn't mind the coffee out of that. I don't like new machines. They give you about that much coffee. The worst was asking for a coffee on a French train. It came in an egg cup, and you could have stood your spoon up in it. You have to say something. You have to say Nescafé or something if you say in France. Otherwise, you get this coffee. My brother used to make a big pot of coffee and leave it. And then he said, "You want any coffee?" I'm like, "No." I've seen one Tim Hortons in the UK. I don't know where it was though. We were on our way back from somewhere. Yeah, right, Kath. Right, Trev, yeah. Yeah, do you remember when we couldn't get coffee? Was it a few years back? Couldn't get coffee for love and money. There was something about a coffee glut shortage or something. Coffee harvest had failed, hadn't it? And it was all nut coffee things and stuff like that. Oh, God, it was horrible. I don't know whether it happened all over the world or just... Oh, if you go to certain countries, they use condensed milk. Or evaporated milk, yeah. I don't buy decaf coffee either. I don't see the point. You drink coffee, don't you, to wake you up? So why drink decaf? Yeah, why decaf? Unless you drunk like gallons of it all day long and you get a bit hyper, you know. I don't drink enough of anything. I get told off all the time, especially if they want to take blood out of my arm. They can't, because they think, "Have you been drinking your water before you come?" No. My mum used to tell me off when I was a child because I never drank enough. Is that your safe word in case you get... Oh, katsuris. I like katsuris. I used to always go to katsuris, yeah. I'm sticky. Oh, everybody has a water bottle stuck to them somewhere. I never take one out with me. I should. I should take a water thing with me, but I don't. My son bought one of those big gallon thingamajigs, and it tells you how much you're supposed to drink at whatever hour. And he said, "You should get one." I thought, yeah, I could just ignore it like I do everything else. Mine just told me as full at the end of the day as it was when I started. Oh, I love catsuris. I used to miss going, well, I miss going to Berry Market and catsuris. The only thing I don't like at catsuris is the breakfast. They make a weird breakfast. My mum was a proper tea belly. Every time. It seemed like every 10 minutes. You putting the kettle on? You putting the kettle on? Will you make me a brew? I've got a mouthful of feathers. Will you make me a brew? Mum, you just had one. Yeah, I know, but I want another one. Oh. She was a right tea belly. I don't know how much tea she used to get through in a day. I've not had cornflakes for a long, long time. If Sheila was still on here, she'd tell you about a crunchy nut cornflake. One of my Maltesers is stuck to my tooth. I've never been a dunker. I've never been a biscuit dunker. My mum never did, so I suppose I never grew up with it. I did try it once, but my biscuit dropped in half and dropped in the bottom of my coffee. That put me off. You know, that sludge you get at the bottom of your coffee. I believe you can only dunk in tea, so that lets me off. Oh, you need some more coffee now. We're making you thirsty, Jill. I've had to cut out biscuits, really. You know, I'm naughty when I'm on here. I'm naughty eating chocolate and stuff when I'm on here. But the rest of the week, I do try to be good. I try not to eat nibbling biscuits and chocolates and stuff like that. Because otherwise, when I go for my blood tests, you know, I get shouted at because my levels are too high. Too high, too high. Oh, I'm knitting so slow today. I haven't even got my rib done. I've got my other needles. I thought I would have got the rib done, but I haven't. And I have to go and find the front to find out how many rows I've got to do. But I know I'm nowhere near yet. I like shortbread, especially Scottish shortbread, the one they make with the butter. The petticoat tails, you know, the ones that are like a triangle. I love them. You know, your Kit Kat, won't it go all melted? I tried making shortbread one time and I did use best butter, but it wasn't the same. I didn't have the knack. It didn't taste the same. That's what I used to bake. You have to get it right, don't you? I've watched some people with the dunking. You have to time the seconds right, otherwise it drops off and drops into the bottom of your cup. And then you're drinking sludge at the end of your cup. You've got half a digested biscuit at the bottom. That would happen to me. If I was ever to dunk, that's what would happen to me. It would go and drop off, yeah. It's a fine art, I think, yeah. I tell you what I don't like. Everybody raves over Oreo biscuits. I just don't get it. I don't get Oreo biscuits at all. And I'm not into bourbon, you're right there. Oreo just tastes like dog biscuits to me. Dog biscuits with cream in the middle. And you're thinking, why? And everybody's like, oh, Oreos, love them. And I'm like, no. I'm strange if it's the thing to eat. I obviously don't like it, yeah, because I'm always weird. I used to like rusks, but they took the sugar out of them because babies weren't supposed to have sugar. I used to like the Farley's rusks, you know, like for with hot milk, like porridge for my breakfast, because my son never liked them. My son never liked rusks at all. He never liked them bicky. Do you remember bicky pegs where there used to be long thin bickies with a ribbon through them? Yeah, yeah. But Farley's rusks and that, they used to be lovely and sweet. But then they said, oh, no sugar. I like malted milk. Yeah, you're right. With a little cow on the front. Yeah. A little cow on your biscuit. My friend's son used to always beg me to buy those ones that are like a tea biscuit on one side and chocolate on the other. He used to always beg me to buy them because his mum wouldn't, because he only got a little box full and they used to be quite expensive. So I always used to say, go on then, you can have a box of them. Oh God, my mum used to work at McVitie's at one time, and she used to never buy us biscuits. She would come home with a tin of mystery biscuits. And I could never look at a chocolate tea cake for years, because if the chocolate tea cake machine was a bit off and the sort of, what do you call it, marshmallow was off a bit, they couldn't sell them. And it seemed like the machine was always going off, because every time you couldn't choose. You used to pick a box of a tin of biscuits. You picked it for so much at the end of your shift, or every Friday night or something. You used to have the shop. So she used to go up and buy a box of whatever biscuits, yeah. And we always got the chocolate tea cakes. But it's like my friend's mum. She used to work at the place that made Mars bars. And every time I went to her house, I used to get a Mars bar. They were never in a paper. They were just Mars bars without the packaging. And I ate so many Mars bars, I went off them for a long time. And every time anybody went, would you like a Mars bar? No, it's quite all right, Mrs. Sweeney. We don't want a Mars bar. No, thank you. Well, of Ovaltine. I need to get some more Horlicks, actually. I've run out of Horlicks. I forgot to look when I went to the shop today. I need some more Horlicks. It's not as malty as it used to be, though. I don't know what they've done to Horlicks, but it's not as malty as it used to be. It used to have a really distinctive taste, especially the Horlicks sweets and that, yeah. Oh, God. I can remember them sausages. The little Frankfurter things, weren't they? I never ate them at home, but we always used to take them when we went on a caravan holiday for some strange reason. We always took beans with sausages. We used to take a lot of things on holiday because you do, because you're in a caravan, aren't you? You've only got one little stove or something. Horlicks is malted milk. You probably have something very similar, but it'd be malted milk. It's white or cream, and you make it either with water or you make it with milk. Yeah, pudding Horlicks. Ugh. Don't think I fancy that. I mean, Ovaltine's like, it's still malted, isn't it? But it's dark, isn't it? I just like the Ovaltine. The best Ovaltine I ever had was there used to be a little stall on Tommyfield Market in Oldham. And they used to make the frothiest, best Horlicks in the world. They made it with milk. And when I used to go to Oldham with my aunt, and she always used to say, "Oh, I need a cup of tea," I used to give her Horlicks. She used to buy me this Horlicks. I used to love it. And I've never tasted Horlicks as nice. And it was thick, you know, you could practically, like milkshake, it was practically thick, yeah. It was lovely. I've not had beans and sausages for years. I'm funny with my baked beans. I really only like Heinz. I'm a snobby bit. I like Heinz. I need to count how many rows I've done because I've got to decrease on the last row. And if I've done the last row, I'll be very annoyed if we have to pull it back. They've changed. They're not as sweet. It's all this do-gooders who can't let us decide for ourselves whether or not we have sugar or not. Hi, Lydia. It's not too bad. It's still sore and it's still troubling me when I knit or crochet. But I am managing to do something, yeah. Oh, Vindaloo. I can't think of anything so worse. Do you remember when they brought the ones out that had, like, I don't know whether they were curry sauce. They used to have sultanas in them. Oh, they didn't last long. No, I never got into Branston beans, yeah. No, I'm a Heinz girl, I'm afraid, but they're not as sweet as they used to be. It's probably all this sugar police, isn't it? You can't have sugar, you can't have this, you can't have that. You know, people, yeah, I know some people need help because they eat all the wrong stuff, but they've still got to eat all the wrong stuff anyway. If they're into fast food culture, you're not going to persuade them. You know, it's no good suddenly taking the sugar out of their baked beans, is it? That won't do them a lot of good. Especially if they're on a budget, you know. Oh, you got your boot off, have you? Right. She's got one of them boot things like you wear on a broken leg. She hasn't broke her leg, but she's got a boot on. Vindaloo. Oh, I don't like curry, so that's not one of my failures. Cauliflower is probably mine or sprouts. Yeah. I'm upset because Heinz stopped making tomato pickle. And all the other tomato pickles are tomato relishes and they don't taste the same. I used to love my tomato pickle. But Heinz said it wasn't popular. So they stopped making it. I always like all the unpopular things. If I like it and love it, you can guarantee they take it off. No, I like my Heinz beans. Anything else, I'm not too bothered about the brand of, but I do like my Heinz beans, yeah. I was very disappointed the other day. We went out to lunch, and I only like vanilla ice cream, not keen on the flavours. So I had me 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, £3.85, yeah. And they didn't even give me a biscuit. You know, them wafer things. I wanted a wafer. Corned beef hash, I used to love it, but the other week I was really ill. And I don't say I associated it with the corned beef, it wasn't that, I was just off anyway. But once you've been really sick, of corned beef hash, just kind of puts you off a bit. It kind of colours your judgment. So we had it the other night for tea, and I'm like, trying to get it down. Nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong at all with it. It's just the association with me being sick. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh. Right, I'm going to count my rows. I need to find my fronts. Why I started with the fronts, I don't know. The pattern said I should start with the fronts. Oh, here we go. I get up now. Oh, it's no wonder my chair's knackered. Keep having to hold myself up on it. Oh, my fire's still in. It's still burning. Oh. Why did I just hit myself with the lamp? It reminded me at breakfast at Tiffany's. You know, Mickey Rooney kept getting up and banging his head on that big lamp he had every time she rang the doorbell because she'd forgotten her key. And he used to get up, didn't he, and bang his head. I just banged my head on my lamp. Right, I need to put my glasses on. My son likes fried spam, is it? That reminds me of Monty Python. He's a spam fan. Spam, spam, spam. I wonder why they call things that we get given on a line that we don't want spam. I wonder why they call it that. Oh, I can't count. I'm going doolally here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Could it be 20? Might be 20. Oh, you saw a mouse in the store? Oh, I wouldn't be buying anything, I'm sorry. I'd have been out of there. Lickety split. My friend went out to a restaurant and she saw a mouse rolling across the floor. Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, it is 20. Did it come with fries? Lydia. Is it on the menu? Yeah, I'll put my glasses off and I need to count these, don't I? Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Nowhere near. Ooh. You'd be amazed what mice eat. My friend had a mouse and it had nibbled a hole in her dog food. She'd left the dog food out and it had nibbled a hole in the bag of dog food. They did catch the mouse. Why have I got a message? Let me have a look. No, it's still my friend saying, asking me have I got warmed up yet. It's been a beautiful day. No. Has it? Right. Laura's Peda English, a fancy shawl. Llama Mama Kayla, Saturday crochet chat. Ukraine ready for a new battle? Don't want to know. Israel's Iran attack? No, don't want to know. 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 Why do they send me rubbish that I don't want to know? If it was real news, I wouldn't mind. What a load of rubbish. Huh? It's extra for the protein, Kaz. Yeah, people ask me why I didn't get a dog. I mean, I don't have a dog. They've got a dog. Well, they've got 2 dogs. I can't walk them. I'd love a dog for company, but I can't walk one anymore. So it's not fair, to have a dog if you can't look after them properly. And they're very tying, if you want to go out for the day, you've got to leave them on their own and stuff. I just make babies out of my dogs, when I had to. I mean, I didn't with Buster because he was quite a big dog, but I mean, the Chihuahua, I used to carry him around. He used to go in a little sling. He used to go to sleep like in a little sling. I used to carry him around like a baby. He was my little cuddle bunny, was our Gigi. He wasn't my dog, but I used to look after him doggy daycare. They've got 2 new Chihuahuas now, but of course, obviously, I moved away, so I don't see them anymore. When I went back to Prestwich, I didn't see him. I didn't see them. Yeah. Yeah, I miss well, I don't miss dogs because I've got them 2, haven't I? But I miss my own dog, I really wanted a Chihuahua after we'd lost Gigi. A little lap dog. I mean, we've got a little one. We've got the French Bulldog, but she ain't a lap. Well, she might be a lap dog, but she weighs a flipping ton. My Buster was a bit overweight. Well, in fact, Gigi was a bit overweight, considering he was tiny. Every time they went to the vet, they used to say, he's too fat, he's too fat. And his weight didn't help because he actually had a heart attack, but they found out he had a heart murmur. Yeah, I used to like watching Erin when she had the 2 little Chihuahuas, didn't she? She had 2 Chihuahuas and 2 are they called burners? Oh, Gigi used to sit up here on my chest, yeah. He was it wasn't mine, but he was my little baby. I couldn't take him to the shops, obviously, because they didn't let dogs in, but he went with me everywhere else, yeah. I used to carry him around with me. He was on nearly all of my videos. Yeah, it was one Chihuahua. Yeah. They've now got two, actually. They've now got two Chihuahuas. My friend's got a great big, is it cane, whatever. Cane Corsa. She's got one. She wants a smaller dog. Ooh. Yeah. I love my little G. Well, it wasn't mine. I keep calling him my little GG. He wasn't even my dog. But he was my baby. And he was as clean as can be. We never had an accident or anything. Yeah, it's a big dog. It's a big black dog, cane Corsa. She's terrified it'll go on the list, of dogs you can't have. She's getting very, trouble getting insurance, for it. Because a lot of vets don't want to touch it. And it's the softest putty, honestly. It really is. It always gets bullied, surprisingly enough, by other dogs, yeah. Ethel and her little Willie, yeah. The St. Bernard was like Mike and Bernie Winters, wasn't it? What was that called? Something like Schnoz or something, wasn't it? It had a really funny name, didn't it? It used to come on the telly with them, didn't it? Mike and Bernie Winters, yeah. Yeah, Erin and she called Cat, not Kaz, no. They always had Burmese, but they used to keep losing. They didn't seem to live long. So they've got looks like a spaniel or some description now, or a retriever. They've gone for a different change of Snorbits. That's the one. The dog was called Snorbits. That was a big dog, wasn't it? There used to be a dog in the East Enders, didn't there, as well? One time, nearly every TV programme had a dog, didn't it? Hello, John. It's getting tired. It must be. Oh, yeah, it's getting near the witch. What you can hear next door. Do 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 do. Charlotte, you split your stitch. Behave. God, he's a noisy devil if you can hear him. We're detached, thank goodness. Well hard. Yeah, they always have dogs in TV soaps, don't they? And then they die and everybody's always in tears. I mean, they might have died in real life, but everybody used to die. I used to cry when anything happened to any of the animals. Yeah, for a little Willie, yeah. Eddie from Fraser. Yeah, what was that? As not a Yorkshire Terrier, what was it? Jack Russell, wasn't it? Eddie. You got to make something with mince, right? Okay. A long-haired Jack Russell, yeah. I like scruffy dogs. I don't like these poncy, whatever kind of dogs. I like scruffy ones. I mean, our Rosie, she looks like Nasha from, it's Beano or Dandy, one of the two, yeah. My one I never got into, everybody went mad about, was Peaky Blinders. Now it's taken Tracy, from Crochet Rocks 3 times to get into it. She says she thinks she's finally got into it now. But I just didn't, never got into Peaky Blinders. And it was filmed all around in Manchester, in the northern quarter, a lot of it. But I just never got it. I always get pugs and French bulldogs mixed up unless they turn around and then I see they've got a tail. And if they've got a tail, they're a pug. I'm not overly fond of them, really, because they snuffle and snore. Yeah. I never really watched Peaky Blinders. I'm just not. There's certain things I've never really fancied watching. Peaky Blinders was one I never fancied watching. And I never watched Game of Thrones. I never wanted to watch that. And I certainly didn't want to watch those witchy programmes. Everybody was watching them at one time, weren't they? Not Samantha the Witch, but there were 3 women that were all witches or something. My daughter-in-law used to watch them. I never found them. Never saw the whatever in them. No, it wasn't Sabrina. I don't think it was. Excuse me. Charmed, that was the one. I never got the hang of that programme. Maybe I never got Harry Potter, so that's how good I am. My niece had taken her nephew to Harry Potter for his birthday. Oh, that's another one I've missed. Was she something at number 28? She went off when she had a baby. She was Harry Potter crazy. I can't remember the door number. It was like something at number 20. She used to do a lot of sewing and knitting, and when she had that baby girl, she just sort of stopped making videos. I've never watched the Gilmore Girls, just never have. I used to watch the Golden Girls, but not the Gilmore Girls. I think a lot of them, if you never started watching them from the beginning, it's all a complete mystery to you. Like a cult thing, isn't it? If you don't start watching at the beginning, you miss the point. I can't remember what she was called, that girl. Something at number 28. I don't know. I know she had a baby girl and then that was the end of it, of her videos. Funny how sometimes when they have babies, that's the end, they disappear, don't they? Except that crochet cottage corner or whatever it is. She's had 2 babies and still does the videos. I don't know why I never got into The Crown. I think it's because everybody thought it was gospel and it's fiction, isn't it? It's not. It's not true. 23, was that what it was? Number 23 or something. I just don't like seeing somebody who's pretending to be the Queen or pretending to be, Princess Diana, and they don't look anything like them, and Prince Charles, and I think I just can't warm to if they don't look like the people they're supposed to be. They weren't even good lookalikes, were they? I'm looking at him thinking, you could have found somebody that looked a bit more like him, a bit more like her. Yeah, I used to love Friends as well. All the good things have come to an end, haven't they? A lot of the ones that everybody got into, I never did. I don't know why. I'd try watching one and think, nah, not for me. Tra-la-la. I've never been the same since the Monkeys. The Banana Splits. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Hey, hey, with the monkeys. It was such a trash one, but I used to love it. That girl that she's into vampires and stuff like that, isn't she? And Halloween stuff. Alt knots, yeah. I used to watch her. I've not really watched her lately. A lot of people I used to watch her kind of went off. She's another one that alt knots. I used to watch every one of hers, and then for some reason, I think I went off her when she kept getting all those false hooks. Every other video was a false hook unboxing. I used to think, nobody needs that many crochet hooks. And she said, oh, I have to have the new lot. And she'd get them in every single size, yeah. And I think, what? She must have more money than sense. I can understand you buying a good set of crochet hooks, but not like 5, 6, 7 sets of false hooks, yeah. Why would you want all of them? Just because they're a pretty colour. They're the same hook when all said and done. No, one of my favourite programmes at the moment is the Repair Shop, and I've even started watching the Repair Shop Australia now. I like watching when they take things apart and put them together. you know, somebody's clock that's in about 70 pieces, and they take it in and he has to put it all back together again. I'm going to be going off shortly. My eyes are shutting. I'm getting really tired here. Hoping I get some sleep tonight. I do that, you know. I'm really, really tired like this, and then I'll go to bed and my brain goes, hey, fool ya. I'm not tired, really. Fool ya. That annoys me intensely. Have you seen my friend Kimberly? She's very, very tall. She's the one with plaster dust on her beret because she's very, very tall. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it tonight. All I can remember about that was, hit me on the bottom with the Woman's Weekly. Let's do it. I keep trying to find a book to listen to. I don't subscribe to any of the channels that you have to pay. Yeah, welcome to the world of Sasha Rail. Or can you see it on the trolley? Is it on the trolley? If it's not on the trolley, we don't have it. I used to like Mrs. Merton as well, Carolina Hearn. What attracted you to the multimillionaire Paul Daniels when he said that to Debbie McGee? When she said that, I mean, to Debbie McGee. Trixie, no, she's not been done yet. Don't ask me why not, but it's not my dog. Trolley. I used to like Jane Horrocks when she was in. What was she in? She was in something else. It might have been with Miranda when they had that shop together or something. My favourite dim whatever. How often does she come on? About every 6 months, I think. Yeah, the Vicar of Dibley, the one that used to play like Tinky Winky thing, whatever. She was the best stooge, wasn't she? Good night, Gale. When she played the dumb, when Dawn French would be telling her a joke and she never got it, did she? Never got it. She was such a shame. She died very young, didn't she? Yeah, Jane Horrocks was in Little Voice, wasn't she? Well, as long as she's not been out and about, she'll be fine. Don't worry. Yeah, Miranda, that was Jane Horrocks, wasn't it? She was in that. Alice Tinker, I loved that. She never got the joke, did she? Very young, yeah. It was asthma, wasn't it? Was it asthma attack she had? Yeah, you never think of people dying with something like asthma, but they do, don't they? Well, I can leave my knitting out tonight. I don't have to put it away. There's no doggies to jump all over it. Sarah Lancashire, yeah, she's good. Every 15 months? No, ours is about every 6 months, I think. Yeah, I used to love French and Saunders. Yeah, one of the girls, a woman who used to come in our shop, she had a really bad asthma attack and drowned in the bath, but she had a little 2-year-old, 3-year-old. They only kind of found her because somebody heard this kiddie crying and crying and crying. So they kind of broke in and found her dead in the bath, which is awful. God, what a topic conversation before I go to bed. Yeah, it's good to see Kaz, isn't it? She has been missing in action. MIA. Yeah, well, it's getting time for my Betty Bow time. Hopefully my washing will have dried now because it's been sat in front of the fire. So hopefully it will have finally dried. Yeah, I have to go as well, Jill. Thank you. It's getting my Betty Bow time. Time to get my heat pads warmed up. I can't go to sleep without my heat pads. So I'm going to say good night to everybody. Oh, I'm going to yawn. That's dreadfully rude. You're off as well, are you? Yeah. And you're floating off to bed as well. I think we're all going to go to bed. So thank you all very much. We've had quite a nice, interesting conversation tonight, haven't we? Apart from the last bit. But, it's been quite a nice night tonight. I've enjoyed it. You've cheered me up no end. And thank you, Trev, for coming and joining us. And thank you, Kaz, for coming to join us. Yeah. Okay, good night to everybody. And I will see you all next week. Bye for now.